Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with the absolute certainty that every dream you've ever held in your heart is not only possible, but inevitable. Imagine knowing, with unshakable confidence, that there exists within you right now, at this very moment, an infinite power capable of transforming every aspect of your life, from your health to your wealth, from your relationships to your career, from your deepest fears to your highest aspirations. What if I told you that this power has been with you since the day you were born, working tirelessly behind the scenes, shaping your reality according to the beliefs and thoughts you've been feeding it, whether consciously or unconsciously? This isn't fantasy. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the profound truth that Joseph Murphy reveals in his transformative masterpiece, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, a book that has changed millions of lives across the globe and holds the key to unlocking your unlimited potential. Your subconscious mind is, at this very moment, the most powerful force in your life. It controls your heartbeat, regulates your breathing, manages the complex chemical processes that keep you alive, and simultaneously stores every single experience, every emotion, every thought you've ever had since childhood. This miraculous part of your mind never sleeps, never rests, and never questions the instructions you give it. It simply accepts what you tell it as truth and works day and night to make that truth your reality. The challenge is that most people go through life completely unaware of this power, unconsciously programming their subconscious with negative beliefs, fears, and limitations, and then wondering why their lives don't reflect their conscious desires. Joseph Murphy understood that the key to transforming your life lies not in changing your external circumstances first, but in changing the internal programming of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is like the soil of a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. Whatever seeds you plant, whether they're seeds of success or seeds of failure, seeds of health or seeds of illness, seeds of prosperity or seeds of poverty, your subconscious will nurture them and bring them to fruition. It doesn't judge, it doesn't discriminate, it simply creates. This is why two people can face identical circumstances and produce completely different results. One person sees opportunity where another sees obstacle. One person expects success where another expects failure, and their subconscious minds dutifully deliver experiences that match their dominant thoughts and beliefs. The relationship between your conscious and subconscious mind is like the relationship between a captain and a ship's crew. Your conscious mind is the captain, giving orders and making decisions, while your subconscious mind is the crew that carries out those orders without question. The crew doesn't debate with the captain, doesn't analyze whether the orders make sense, it simply executes them with perfect precision. When you say to yourself, "I can't do this, I'm not good enough, I always fail," your subconscious accepts these statements as commands and begins orchestrating circumstances that prove these beliefs true. Conversely, when you affirm, "I am capable, I am worthy, success flows to me naturally," your subconscious sets to work creating opportunities, insights, and connections that align with these positive declarations. Murphy emphasizes that your subconscious mind operates on the principle of belief. It doesn't respond to what you want or what you wish for, it responds to what you truly believe at the deepest level. You can consciously desire wealth while subconsciously believing that money is evil or that rich people are greedy, and your subconscious will always side with the belief rather than the desire. This is why so many people struggle despite working hard and setting goals, because their subconscious programming contradicts their conscious intentions. The solution lies in identifying and replacing these limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and Murphy provides practical techniques for doing exactly that throughout his book. One of the most powerful principles Murphy teaches is the law of reversed effort. This law states that the harder you try to force something to happen through willpower alone, the more resistance you create. When you try to fall asleep by forcing yourself to sleep, you become more awake. When you try to remember a forgotten name by straining your mind, it eludes you further. But the moment you relax and let go, sleep comes naturally and the name pops into your mind effortlessly. This is because your subconscious works best when your conscious mind steps aside and allows it to function without interference. The key is not to struggle and strain, but to plant the seed of your desire in your subconscious through calm, confident expectation, and then trust that it will manifest in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Prayer, as Murphy explains it, is not begging or pleading with an external deity, but rather a scientific method of impressing your subconscious mind with your desires. When you pray effectively, you're not asking for something you don't have. You're claiming something that already exists in the invisible realm of infinite possibilities and instructing your subconscious to make it visible in your experience. The most powerful form of prayer is to visualize and feel your desire as already accomplished. To give thanks for its manifestation even before you see physical evidence, because this state of grateful acceptance bypasses the conscious mind's doubt and skepticism and speaks directly to the subconscious in the language it understands best, the language of feeling and conviction. Murphy shares countless examples of people who transformed their lives by applying these principles. He tells of individuals who healed themselves of supposedly incurable diseases, not through medicine alone, but through the consistent practice of impressing healing images and affirmations upon their subconscious minds. He describes people who rose from poverty to prosperity by changing their mental attitude toward money and success. He recounts stories of those who found their perfect life partners after they stopped looking desperately and instead created a clear mental picture of the relationship they desired and trusted their subconscious to orchestrate the meeting. These aren't miraculous exceptions, Murphy insists. They're natural results of understanding and applying the laws that govern the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is connected to infinite intelligence, that universal wisdom that guides the planets in their orbits, causes acorns to become oak trees, and coordinates the trillions of cells in your body without any conscious effort on your part. When you learn to access this infinite intelligence through your subconscious, you tap into a source of guidance, creativity, and problem-solving ability that far exceeds the limitations of your conscious rational mind. Have you ever had the experience of struggling with a problem all day, going to sleep frustrated, and then waking up with the perfect solution clearly in mind? That's your subconscious working with infinite intelligence on your behalf while your conscious mind rests. The technique of impressing your subconscious is beautifully simple yet profoundly effective. Murphy teaches that the ideal time to communicate with your subconscious is just before sleep and immediately upon waking, because during these twilight states between sleeping and waking, your conscious mind's critical faculty is relaxed and your subconscious is most receptive to suggestion. In these precious moments, you can repeat affirmations, visualize your goals as already achieved, or simply dwell on feelings of gratitude and success. The key is repetition and feeling, because your subconscious learns through emotional repetition much like you learn to walk or ride a bicycle. Not through intellectual understanding but through persistent practice until the new pattern becomes automatic. Murphy addresses one of the most common obstacles people face, the problem of negative thoughts and fears. He explains that trying to fight negative thoughts directly only gives them more power, like trying to create darkness by fighting against light. Instead, the solution is to replace negative thoughts with positive ones, to focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. When a thought of fear or limitation enters your mind, don't struggle against it. Simply acknowledge it and then deliberately choose a thought that represents your desired outcome. If you find yourself thinking, "I'm afraid I'll fail," gently redirect your mind to, "I am guided to success in all my endeavors." This isn't denying reality, it's choosing which reality you want to create. The power of affirmations cannot be overstated. An affirmation is a positive statement that describes a desired condition as if it already exists. When you repeat an affirmation with feeling and conviction, especially in that receptive state just before sleep, you're literally reprogramming your subconscious mind. Murphy provides numerous affirmations throughout his book for different areas of life: health, wealth, relationships, career, confidence, and more. But he also encourages you to create your own affirmations that resonate personally with your specific goals and desires. The most effective affirmations are stated in the present tense, are positive rather than negative. They avoid words like not or don't, they're emotionally charged, and they're repeated consistently until they become your new automatic thoughts. Your subconscious mind also controls your body's healing mechanisms. Murphy presents compelling evidence that many illnesses have mental and emotional origins, not in the sense that they're not real, but in the sense that negative emotional patterns and beliefs create the conditions in which disease can develop. Chronic worry creates chronic tension creates physical breakdown, and physical breakdown manifests as illness. Conversely, when you fill your mind with thoughts of perfect health, vitality, and well-being, when you visualize every cell of your body functioning optimally, and when you affirm your body's natural ability to heal itself, you activate powerful healing forces that work in harmony with any medical treatment you may be receiving. Murphy shares the story of a man who was diagnosed with a serious illness and given a grim prognosis. Instead of accepting this as his inevitable fate, the man spent time every morning and evening visualizing himself completely healthy, seeing himself engaging in activities he loved, feeling the vitality and energy coursing through his body, and repeating affirmations of perfect health. He maintained this practice consistently for months while also following his doctor's treatment plan. Against all expectations, his condition improved dramatically, and eventually he recovered completely. His doctors called it a spontaneous remission, but he knew it was the result of reprogramming his subconscious mind to accept health rather than illness. The principle of mental equivalence is another cornerstone of Murphy's teaching. This principle states that you cannot experience anything in your outer world that you don't first hold as a mental equivalent in your inner world. If you want prosperity, you must first develop the mental equivalent of prosperity, the consciousness of abundance, the belief that you deserve and can attain wealth. If you want fulfilling relationships, you must first develop the mental equivalent of love and acceptance within yourself. Your outer world is always a perfect reflection of your inner world, and any lasting change must begin internally before it can manifest externally. Many people make the mistake of trying to change their circumstances through action alone, working harder, doing more, struggling against current conditions. But Murphy teaches that inspired action that flows from a changed consciousness, is infinitely more effective than forced action that comes from a consciousness of lack and struggle. When you first change your thoughts and beliefs, when you develop new mental equivalents, the right actions become obvious and effortless. Opportunities appear, people show up to help, resources become available, all because your subconscious is now working with the law of attraction rather than against it. The law of attraction, though not called by that name in Murphy's book, is nevertheless present throughout his teachings. Like attracts like in the mental realm just as it does in the physical realm. When you consistently hold thoughts of success, your subconscious mind attracts people, circumstances, and opportunities that match that vibration. When you dwell on thoughts of failure and fear, you attract experiences that confirm those expectations. This isn't mysticism, it's the natural operation of your subconscious mind combined with your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information and determines what you notice in your environment. When you're thinking about buying a red car, suddenly you see red cars everywhere. They were always there, but now your mind is tuned to notice them. Similarly, when you're focused on opportunities and success, your mind becomes alert to possibilities that were invisible to you before. Murphy emphasizes the importance of forgiveness in clearing the subconscious mind of toxic emotional baggage. Holding grudges, resentment, and bitterness toward others is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. These negative emotions don't hurt the person you resent, they poison your own subconscious mind and create blocks to your good. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior or allowing yourself to be mistreated. It means releasing the emotional charge around past events so that you free your mental and emotional energy for creating a positive future. When you forgive, you're not doing it primarily for the other person, you're doing it for yourself, to liberate your subconscious from the past and allow it to work fully on your behalf in the present. The technique Murphy recommends for forgiveness is simple but profound. Each night before sleep, affirm, "I fully and freely forgive everyone who has ever hurt me, and I release them to their highest good. I am free and they are free. All things are cleared up between us now and forever." As you repeat this with sincerity, you'll feel a weight lifting from your spirit. You may need to repeat this practice for weeks or even months for deeply held resentments, but persistence pays off. The peace and freedom you experience when you finally release old hurts is worth every moment of practice. Your subconscious mind knows no limitation except those you consciously impose upon it. Murphy illustrates this with examples from nature. The tiny acorn doesn't doubt its ability to become a mighty oak tree. The caterpillar doesn't question whether transformation into a butterfly is possible. These natural processes happen automatically because there's no conscious mind to interfere with limiting beliefs. Humans have been given the gift of conscious choice, but too often we use this gift to limit ourselves rather than liberate ourselves. We say, "That's impossible. I'm too old. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the resources." And our subconscious dutifully creates a reality that matches these limitations. But what if you began to think like nature thinks? What if you affirmed, "All things are possible to me through the infinite power of my subconscious mind"? What if you approached your goals with the same certainty that an acorn has about becoming an oak tree? This doesn't mean ignoring practical realities or engaging in magical thinking. It means recognizing that your current circumstances are not permanent, that you have within you a creative power capable of transforming any situation, and that the first step in any transformation is believing in the possibility. Murphy dedicates significant attention to the topic of wealth and prosperity, recognizing that money worries are among the most common sources of stress and unhappiness. He begins by addressing the psychological and spiritual blocks many people have around money. Some were taught that money is the root of all evil, a misquote of the biblical passage that actually says the love of money, not money itself, is the root of evil. Others absorbed the belief that poverty is noble or spiritual, that wealthy people are somehow less virtuous than poor people. Still others developed a poverty consciousness from growing up in lack and scarcity, internalizing the message that there's never enough. All of these beliefs create resistance in the subconscious mind to receiving wealth. You cannot attract what you simultaneously push away. The solution is to develop a prosperity consciousness, to see money as a form of energy that flows freely and abundantly in the universe, to recognize that the universe is infinitely abundant and that your receiving wealth doesn't deprive anyone else of their good. Murphy teaches that you should never criticize or resent wealthy people, because in doing so you're telling your subconscious that wealth is bad, and your subconscious will ensure you don't become something you've labeled as bad. Instead, bless those who have wealth, genuinely celebrate their success, because this tells your subconscious that prosperity is good and desirable. Use affirmations like, "Wealth is flowing to me now. I am a magnet for prosperity. Money comes to me easily and frequently from expected and unexpected sources. I deserve to be wealthy and I use my wealth wisely for good." Visualize yourself living in abundance. See yourself depositing checks, paying bills with ease, enjoying the lifestyle you desire, and most importantly, Feel the emotions of financial freedom and security as if they're already yours. Murphy also teaches the principle of circulation. Money, like water, must flow to stay fresh. When you hold onto money too tightly out of fear, you block the flow and actually create more scarcity. Conversely, when you give generously, tithe to causes you believe in, and spend joyfully on things that enhance your life and the lives of others, you're affirming abundance and keeping the channels of prosperity open. This doesn't mean being reckless or irresponsible with money. It means trusting that as you give, you create space to receive even more. One of the most powerful wealth techniques Murphy shares is the mental check method. He suggests writing yourself a mental check for a specific amount you desire to receive, and then spending time each day visualizing that check being deposited into your account, feeling the satisfaction and gratitude of receiving it. Some people have taken this further by creating actual physical checks made out to themselves for their desired amount and placing them where they'll see them daily. This keeps the goal vivid in the conscious mind and impresses it deeply on the subconscious, which then works to attract opportunities and insights that lead to manifesting that amount. Your subconscious mind is also your partner in problem solving and decision making. When you face a difficult decision or a seemingly unsolvable problem, Murphy suggests a technique he calls sleeping on it, but in a more structured way. Before going to sleep, clearly state the problem or decision to your subconscious mind. You might say something like, "The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind knows the perfect solution to this problem, and it's revealing it to me now." Then release the problem completely and go to sleep with faith that the answer will come. Often you'll wake with the solution clear in your mind, or the answer will come to you during the day through an unexpected conversation, something you read, or a sudden flash of insight. This technique works because your subconscious mind has access to far more information and creative resources than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind can only hold a few thoughts at once, while your subconscious stores everything you've ever experienced, learned, or observed. It can make connections and see patterns that your conscious mind misses. Moreover, when you're consciously worried about a problem, your anxiety blocks the flow of intuitive wisdom. When you release the problem to your subconscious with trust, you open the channels for infinite intelligence to work on your behalf. Murphy addresses the common experience of fear, recognizing that fear is perhaps the greatest obstacle to living a fulfilling life. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of illness, fear of poverty, fear of what others think. These fears keep people trapped in unfulfilling jobs, unhealthy relationships, and limited lives. But fear, Murphy explains, is not a thing in itself. It's simply faith in the negative. When you fear something, you're using your imagination and emotion to create mental pictures of unwanted outcomes and impressing these pictures on your subconscious, which then works to make them real. The antidote to fear is not to fight the fear directly, but to replace it with faith. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same mental space at the same time, just as a room cannot be simultaneously filled with light and darkness. When you switch on the light, darkness disappears automatically. Similarly, when you fill your mind with faith, confidence, and positive expectation, fear dissolves naturally. Murphy recommends specific affirmations for overcoming fear. "I am one with infinite intelligence and nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. God's love fills my soul and I fear no evil. I am surrounded by the sacred circle of God's love and power, and all is well." He also teaches that most of what we fear never actually happens. Studies have shown that approximately 90% of our worries concern events that will never occur. We waste enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy imagining disasters that exist only in our minds. This habit of negative imagination is simply misuse of the creative power of your subconscious. Imagine if you redirected all that energy toward visualizing positive outcomes instead. Imagine the difference in your life if you spent as much time picturing success as you currently spend worrying about failure. The topic of relationships receives thorough attention in Murphy's teaching. Whether you're seeking a romantic partner, trying to improve your marriage, or wanting better relationships with family and friends, the principles remain the same. Your subconscious mind attracts people who match your dominant thoughts and feelings about yourself and relationships. If you feel unworthy of love, you'll attract people who treat you as if you're unworthy. If you expect rejection, you'll unconsciously create situations that lead to rejection. If you believe all the good ones are taken, your subconscious will prove this belief true by making you blind to available opportunities. Murphy teaches that the foundation of healthy relationships is first developing a loving relationship with yourself. When you criticize yourself, when you focus on your flaws and shortcomings, when you believe you're not good enough, you're programming your subconscious to attract people who will mirror these beliefs back to you. Conversely, when you treat yourself with respect, appreciation, and kindness, when you recognize your inherent worth regardless of your imperfections, you program your subconscious to attract people who will treat you the same way. For those seeking a partner, Murphy recommends creating a clear mental picture of the qualities you desire in a relationship, not focusing on specific physical features or a particular person, which is trying to interfere with someone else's free will, but rather on the qualities and characteristics you want to experience. Write down a detailed description. Kind, respectful, emotionally available, shares my values, makes me laugh. We support each other's growth. We communicate openly and honestly. Then regularly visualize yourself in a relationship that embodies these qualities. Feel the joy and fulfillment of sharing your life with such a person, and give thanks that this partner is already being drawn into your experience by the magnetic power of your subconscious mind. For those in existing relationships that need improvement, the principle is similar. Stop focusing on your partner's faults and shortcomings, because whatever you focus on expands. Instead, focus on the qualities you appreciate about them. Remember why you fell in love in the first place. Visualize your relationship as harmonious and fulfilling, and treat your partner with the love and respect you want to receive. Often, almost miraculously, as you change your mental attitude toward your partner, they begin to change their behavior toward you. This happens because we unconsciously respond to how others perceive us, and also because your changed consciousness causes you to notice and respond to the positive aspects of your partner that were there all along but you were blind to. Murphy shares the story of a woman who came to him desperate because her marriage was falling apart. Her husband was distant and critical, and she was convinced he no longer loved her. Murphy instructed her to stop rehearsing her grievances and instead, every night before sleep, to visualize her husband as loving, attentive, and appreciative, and to feel genuine gratitude for their relationship. She found this difficult at first because it seemed dishonest given their current reality, but Murphy explained that she wasn't denying reality, she was creating a new reality by impressing a new pattern on her subconscious. After several weeks of this practice, her husband began to change. He became more affectionate, more communicative, more like the man she had originally fallen in love with. The relationship was saved not through confrontation or demands, but through the quiet, persistent work of reprogramming her subconscious mind. Your habitual thinking creates your character, and your character creates your destiny. If you habitually think thoughts of courage, you develop a courageous character. If you habitually think thoughts of kindness, you become a kind person. If you habitually think thoughts of success, you become a successful person. This is why Murphy places such emphasis on monitoring your thoughts, not in an obsessive or anxious way, but with gentle awareness. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, you simply redirect your thoughts positively. Over time, positive thinking becomes your new habit, and you literally become a new person with a new destiny. The subconscious mind is also the storehouse of habit, both good and bad. Every habit you have, from brushing your teeth to smoking cigarettes to procrastinating, exists as a program in your subconscious. This is actually good news, because it means that any habit can be reprogrammed through the same process by which it was originally established, through repetition and emotional reinforcement. If you want to break a bad habit, don't focus on the habit you want to eliminate. Instead, focus on the new habit you want to establish in its place. If you want to stop smoking, don't affirm "I don't smoke," because this keeps your attention on smoking. Instead, affirm, "I breathe freely and easily. My lungs are healthy and strong. I am free from all cravings and compulsions." Visualize yourself as a non-smoker living free and healthy, and repeat this impression on your subconscious consistently. Murphy emphasizes that changing habits requires patience and persistence. Your current habits were formed through years of repetition, so it's unrealistic to expect them to change instantly. But if you persist with your new mental programming, impressing your desired habit on your subconscious daily, especially in that receptive state before sleep, within weeks or months you'll find that the new behavior has become automatic. The key is not to become discouraged by temporary setbacks. If you slip back into the old habit, don't waste energy on guilt or self-criticism. Simply renew your commitment and continue impressing the new pattern. The power of suggestion is another important concept Murphy explores. You're constantly receiving suggestions from your environment, from the media, from other people, from your own past conditioning. Most people unconsciously accept negative suggestions. You can't trust anyone, the economy is terrible, getting old means getting sick, success requires sacrifice and struggle. Your subconscious accepts these suggestions as truth unless your conscious mind rejects them. This is why it's so important to be selective about what you allow into your mind, to consciously reject negative suggestions and choose instead to accept only those suggestions that align with the life you want to create. You can also use suggestion consciously to influence your own subconscious. Autosuggestion, talking to yourself positively and deliberately, is one of the most powerful tools for reprogramming your mind. Some people dismiss this as silly or ineffective, but they're already talking to themselves all day long, usually negatively. "I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right, I'm too fat, I'm too old, this never works for me." If you're going to talk to yourself anyway, why not make it constructive? Instead of "I'm so stupid" when you make a mistake, say "I'm learning and growing every day." Instead of "I can't do this," say "I'm becoming more capable with practice." These small shifts in self-talk, repeated consistently, create profound changes in your self-concept and your results. Murphy also discusses the phenomenon of mental suggestion between people. Have you ever thought about someone and then they called? Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt tension even though no one was speaking? Have you ever felt someone staring at you from behind? These experiences demonstrate that our minds are not isolated units but are connected in ways we don't fully understand. You're constantly transmitting your thoughts and feelings and receiving the thoughts and feelings of others. This is why it's important to surround yourself with positive, supportive people when possible, and to protect your mind from the negative suggestions of habitual complainers and pessimists. But even when you must interact with negative people, you can protect yourself by consciously rejecting their negative suggestions. When someone says, "You'll never succeed," you can silently affirm, "My success is assured by infinite intelligence working through me." When someone tries to make you afraid with dire predictions, you can affirm, "I am surrounded by God's protection and only good can come to me." By consciously rejecting negative suggestions and replacing them with positive ones, you neutralize the potentially harmful effects of other people's negativity on your subconscious mind. Murphy emphasizes the spiritual dimension of the subconscious mind. He sees no contradiction between science and spirituality, viewing them instead as two approaches to the same truth. The laws that govern your subconscious mind are as precise and predictable as the laws of physics, but they're also expressions of a divine intelligence that pervades all of creation. When you work with your subconscious mind, you're not manipulating some mechanical process. You're cooperating with the creative power of the universe itself, the same power that creates galaxies and makes flowers bloom. Prayer, meditation, and contemplation are all techniques for accessing this deeper level of consciousness. In meditation, you quiet the conscious mind's constant chatter and allow yourself to sink into the peaceful depths of your subconscious, where you can receive intuitive guidance, healing energy, and creative inspiration. Murphy recommends a daily practice of meditation, even if only for 10 or 15 minutes, as essential for maintaining a clear connection with your subconscious and with infinite intelligence. A simple meditation practice Murphy recommends is this: sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. As thoughts arise, don't fight them, simply acknowledge them and let them pass like clouds across the sky. After a few minutes of this relaxation, begin to repeat a positive affirmation or simply dwell in the feeling of peace and well-being. You might visualize yourself surrounded by light, or picture your life as you desire it to be, or simply rest in wordless communion with the infinite. When you emerge from this meditation, you'll feel refreshed, centered, and more connected to your true power. Throughout his book, Murphy returns again and again to the central truth. You are what you think. Your life is the sum total of your habitual thoughts, and you can change your life by changing your thoughts. This isn't positive thinking in some shallow, superficial sense. It's not about pretending problems don't exist or denying legitimate challenges. It's about recognizing that your thoughts create your reality, that your subconscious mind is constantly working to manifest in your external world whatever you consistently impress upon it internally, and that by taking conscious control of your thinking, you take conscious control of your destiny. The transformation Murphy promises is not instantaneous. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. Just as you didn't develop your current thought patterns overnight, you won't transform them overnight. But if you commit to this practice, if you make it a daily habit to monitor your thoughts, replace negative patterns with positive ones, visualize your goals as already achieved, affirm the truth of what you want to experience, and trust your subconscious to work out the details, you will see changes. Small changes at first perhaps, but changes that build momentum. A shift in your attitude, a new opportunity that appears, a problem that resolves more easily than expected, a relationship that improves, a health concern that diminishes. As these small changes accumulate, your faith in the process grows. As your faith grows, your practice becomes more powerful. As your practice becomes more powerful, the changes accelerate. Before long, you'll look back and hardly recognize the person you used to be, the person who felt trapped and limited and powerless. You'll realize that you've become the master of your own mind and therefore the master of your own destiny, not in the sense of controlling every detail of your life, which is neither possible nor desirable, but in the sense of consciously choosing the direction of your thoughts and thereby the direction of your life. Murphy's message is ultimately one of hope and empowerment. No matter where you are right now, no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter how difficult your circumstances might appear, you have within you the power to transform everything. Your past does not determine your future unless you allow it to by continuing to think the same thoughts that created your past. Every moment is a new opportunity to think differently, to choose differently, to impress new patterns on your subconscious mind. The power that created the universe is working through you right now, waiting for you to direct it consciously toward your highest good. The practical applications of these principles are limitless. Want better health? Begin seeing yourself as radiantly healthy. Feel energy coursing through your body. Affirm your body's natural healing wisdom. Want more wealth? Develop a prosperity consciousness. Visualize abundance flowing into your life. Give thanks for the wealth you're receiving. Want fulfilling relationships? Love yourself first, then clearly envision the relationships you desire and trust your subconscious to attract the right people. Want a better career? See yourself in your ideal position. Feel the satisfaction of work you love. Affirm that infinite intelligence is guiding you to perfect opportunities. Want more confidence? Focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. Recall past successes. Affirm your inherent worth and capability. In every area of your life, the process is the same. Identify what you want. Create a clear mental image of it as already accomplished. Charge that image with positive emotion. Repeat it consistently, especially before sleep and upon waking. Take any inspired action that suggests itself, and trust your subconscious to orchestrate the manifestation. This is the formula for transforming your entire existence, and it works with mathematical precision when applied correctly and persistently. Murphy also addresses one of the most important questions people ask. Why do bad things still happen even to people with positive attitudes? His answer is that we live in a world of both universal laws and individual free will. Your positive thinking doesn't create a magic shield that makes you immune to all of life's challenges. What it does is change how you perceive and respond to those challenges. It attracts helpful people and resources into your path. It reveals solutions you might otherwise miss. And it maintains your physical and emotional resilience in the face of difficulty. Two people can face the same hardship but have completely different experiences of it based on their mental attitude and the programming of their subconscious minds. Moreover, some challenges are opportunities for growth that your higher self actually attracts for your evolution, even while your conscious mind would prefer to avoid them. The key is to meet whatever comes with the faith that you have within you the resources to handle it, that you can learn and grow from every experience, and that even apparent setbacks are often blessings in disguise that redirect you towards something better. This perspective doesn't mean being passive or accepting harm. It means responding to life's inevitable challenges from a place of inner strength and trust rather than from fear and victimhood. As we near the end of this exploration of Joseph Murphy's profound teachings, it's important to emphasize that reading about these principles or even understanding them intellectually is not enough. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. You must put these principles into practice in your own life. Experiment with them. Make them your own. Start with one area of your life where you most want to see change. Identify the limiting beliefs you currently hold in that area. Create new empowering beliefs to replace them, and begin the daily practice of impressing these new beliefs on your subconscious through affirmation, visualization, and feeling. Keep a journal of your experiments and results. Write down your affirmations, record your visualizations, note the changes you observe both internal and external. This serves multiple purposes. It keeps you accountable to your practice, it allows you to track your progress, and it strengthens your faith as you see evidence that the principles are working. Your journal becomes a record of your transformation, a testament to the power of your subconscious mind. Be patient with yourself in this process. You're essentially learning a new language, the language of your subconscious mind, and like any new language, it takes time and practice to become fluent. You'll have days when your old patterns of negative thinking seem to dominate, when you question whether any of this is really working. These doubts are normal. They're just your conscious mind's resistance to change. Don't let them discourage you. Simply acknowledge them and return to your practice. Your subconscious is always listening, always responding, even when your conscious mind doesn't see immediate evidence. Remember too that your subconscious mind is not a vending machine where you insert the right thoughts and immediately receive your desired results. It's more like a garden where you plant seeds, tend them with care and patience, and trust that in the right season they will bloom. Some seeds germinate quickly, others take longer. Your job is to maintain consistent care, to keep planting positive seeds, to pull out the weeds of negative thoughts as they appear, and to trust the process. The harvest will come, perhaps not exactly when or how you expect, but it will come if you persist. Murphy's work has stood the test of time because the principles he teaches are not based on trendy theories or temporary philosophies. They're based on universal laws that have operated since the beginning of time and will continue to operate regardless of changes in culture, technology, or human understanding. People have been using these principles, consciously or unconsciously, throughout history. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation in human history began with a thought, with someone daring to imagine a different reality and impressing that vision so deeply on their subconscious mind that it had to manifest in the physical world. You have that same power within you right now. The same infinite intelligence that guided inventors, leaders, artists, healers, and visionaries throughout history is available to you. Your circumstances don't limit this power. Your education or lack thereof doesn't limit it. Your past failures don't limit it. Your age doesn't limit it. The only thing that limits this power is your own acceptance of limitation. When you truly understand and accept that your thoughts create your reality, that your subconscious mind is working right now to manifest whatever you consistently think about and believe, you stand at the threshold of a completely new life. So I encourage you, if this message resonates with you, if you feel that stirring in your spirit that says, yes, this is true, there is more to life than what I've been experiencing, then make the decision right now to begin working consciously with your subconscious mind. Don't wait for conditions to be perfect. Don't wait until you have more time or more knowledge or more confidence. Start today, start right now, with whatever understanding you have. Choose one affirmation that speaks to your deepest desire and begin repeating it morning and night. Choose one mental image of your life as you want it to be and begin visualizing it daily. Choose one area where you'll practice replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. These simple practices, done consistently, will begin to change your life. And as you see the changes, your faith will grow. As your faith grows, your practice will deepen. As your practice deepens, the changes will accelerate. Before you know it, you'll be living a life that once seemed impossible, not because external circumstances magically rearrange themselves, though they often seem to when you change your consciousness, but because you changed internally and your external world reflected that change. The power of your subconscious mind is real, it's available to you, and it's waiting for you to consciously direct it toward your highest good and the good of all. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are a creator of circumstances through the thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold. The life you're living right now is a result of the thoughts you've been thinking. The life you'll be living in the future will be a result of the thoughts you choose to think from this moment forward. That's not just hopeful philosophy. That's practical truth that you can test and verify in your own experience. If you found value in this exploration of Joseph Murphy's transformative teachings, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to Audiobook Library for more life-changing content that can help you unlock your full potential. Share this with someone who needs to hear this message, someone who's struggling or feeling stuck or ready for a breakthrough. Your simple act of sharing might be the catalyst that changes someone's entire life trajectory. The knowledge you've received today is a gift, but it only becomes valuable when you apply it. So as you go forward from this moment, carry with you the understanding that you are far more powerful than you've ever imagined. Within you right now is an infinite creative force, your subconscious mind, that knows no limitations except those you impose upon it. It has healed bodies that medicine said were beyond healing. It has created wealth from nothing. It has solved problems that logic said were unsolvable. It has orchestrated seeming miracles and coincidences that brought the right people and opportunities at exactly the right time. This power is not reserved for special people or lucky people or talented people. It's your birthright as a human being. The only difference between those who live extraordinary lives and those who live ordinary lives is that extraordinary people have learned to consciously direct their subconscious minds toward their desires, while ordinary people allow their subconscious to be programmed by default, by past experiences, by other people's opinions, by fear and limitation. You get to choose which group you belong to. You get to decide whether you'll continue living on autopilot, recycling the same thoughts and getting the same results year after year, or whether you'll take the reins of your consciousness and deliberately create the life you truly want. This isn't about perfection. It's not about never having negative thoughts or doubts. It's about awareness, about catching yourself when you slip into old patterns and gently redirecting your mind toward the thoughts that serve your highest vision. Joseph Murphy dedicated his life to sharing these principles because he witnessed their power in his own life and in the lives of countless others who applied them. He saw people heal from terminal illnesses. He saw people rise from poverty to prosperity. He saw broken relationships restored. He saw careers transformed. He saw confident, joyful people emerge from shells of fear and limitation. These weren't miracles in the supernatural sense. They were the natural results of working in harmony with the laws that govern the subconscious mind. Now you have access to this same knowledge. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you read or listen to this summary, feel inspired for a moment, and then return to your old ways of thinking? Or will you make the commitment, starting today, to work consciously and consistently with your subconscious mind? The choice is entirely yours. And that's the beauty of it. No one can make this choice for you, and no one can prevent you from making it. If you choose the path of conscious creation, you're embarking on the most exciting adventure of your life. It won't always be easy. You'll face doubts and setbacks and moments when it seems like nothing is working. But if you persist, if you maintain your practice with faith and patience, you will see results. And those results will fuel your continued growth and transformation. You'll discover that you're capable of far more than you ever believed possible. You'll find yourself attracting opportunities, insights, and resources that seem to come from nowhere. You'll notice that problems resolve more easily, that the right people show up at the right time, that life begins to flow with greater ease and grace. Most importantly, you'll develop an unshakable inner confidence that comes not from external achievements or other people's approval, but from knowing that you have within you a source of infinite power and wisdom. You'll stop being at the mercy of circumstances and start recognizing yourself as the creative force in your own life. You'll understand that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response, and your response, your habitual way of thinking about and reacting to life, determines your experience of life. This is the freedom that Joseph Murphy offers you through his teachings. Not freedom from challenges, not freedom from effort or growth, but freedom from limitation, freedom from the prison of conditioned thinking, freedom to become who you were truly meant to be and to live the life you were truly meant to live. This freedom is available to you right now, in this very moment. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be worthy of it. You simply have to claim it by changing your thoughts. So I leave you with this final encouragement. Trust the power within you. Trust your subconscious mind. Trust that when you plant positive seeds through your thoughts, words, and mental images, those seeds will grow into a harvest of corresponding experiences. Trust that infinite intelligence is working through you, guiding you, supporting you, orchestrating circumstances on your behalf. Trust that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are capable of achieving your deepest desires not through struggle and strain, but through the natural operation of the laws that govern consciousness. Begin today with one small step. Choose one affirmation that resonates with your heart. Perhaps something like, "Infinite intelligence guides me, infinite power strengthens me, infinite love surrounds me, and I am grateful." Repeat this affirmation every morning when you wake and every night before sleep. As you repeat it, Feel the truth of it, imagine the reality of it, give thanks for it as if it's already manifest in your life. This simple practice, maintained consistently, will begin to shift your consciousness and your experience. Remember, your subconscious mind is like rich soil. Whatever you plant in it will grow. For too long you may have been unconsciously planting seeds of doubt, fear, worry, and limitation, and then wondering why your life bore fruit of struggle and dissatisfaction. Now you know better. Now you understand that you can deliberately plant seeds of faith, confidence, love, abundance, and health, and trust that your subconscious will nurture these seeds and bring them to full bloom in your experience. The power of your subconscious mind is the greatest discovery you can make in your lifetime. It's the master key that unlocks every door, the solution to every problem, the answer to every question. It's been with you all along, working faithfully according to the instructions you've been giving it, whether those instructions were conscious or unconscious, positive or negative. Now that you're aware of this power and how it works, you can begin to use it deliberately and intelligently to create the life of your dreams. Don't forget to like this video if you found it valuable, subscribe to Audiobook Library to continue your journey of personal growth and transformation, and share this message with anyone who's ready to discover the unlimited power within them. Together, we're building a community of conscious creators who understand that we're not victims of fate but architects of destiny, not passive recipients of whatever life hands us but active participants in creating our reality through the power of thought. Your best life is waiting for you. It's not somewhere out there in some distant future, contingent on circumstances changing or luck finally turning in your favor. It's right here, right now, in the thoughts you're choosing to think, in the beliefs you're choosing to hold, in the vision you're choosing to maintain. Every thought is a choice. Every belief is a choice. Every mental image is a choice. And with each choice you're either moving toward the life you want or away from it. Choose wisely. Choose consciously. Choose thoughts that empower you rather than limit you. Choose beliefs that expand your possibilities rather than restrict them. Choose to see yourself not as you've been but as you're becoming. Choose to trust the magnificent power of your subconscious mind to transform your world from the inside out. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey to a completely transformed life begins with a single thought, a single affirmation, a single moment of choosing to think differently. Take that step now, make that choice now. Your subconscious mind is ready, willing, and perfectly able to create miracles in your life. All it needs is your conscious direction, your unwavering faith, and your patient persistence. Thank you for investing this time in yourself, in your growth, in your transformation. The fact that you've stayed with this message until the end tells me that you're ready, that you're serious about changing your life, that you recognize the truth and power in these principles. Honor that readiness by taking action. Don't let this be just another interesting idea that you forget by tomorrow. Make it the beginning of a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new relationship with the creative power within you. Your subconscious mind is listening even now, absorbing everything, ready to act on the dominant thoughts and feelings you hold. So hold thoughts of gratitude for this knowledge. Hold feelings of excitement for the changes ahead. Hold visions of yourself living the life you truly desire. Feed your subconscious a steady diet of positivity, possibility, and faith. And watch as your outer world begins to reflect the beauty and abundance you're creating in your inner world. The power is yours. The choice is yours. The moment is now. Step into your greatness. Claim your divine inheritance. And let the infinite power of your subconscious mind carry you to heights you've only dreamed of until now. This is not the end of your journey, it's the beginning. Welcome to the rest of your extraordinary life. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the power of your subconscious mind, make sure to subscribe to Audiobook Library and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest summaries and insights. Until next time, keep thinking powerfully, Keep believing absolutely, and keep creating consciously. Your best life awaits.